Hello and welcome to the Carnegie Report. We are in May 2017. I'm Gary Peer.
And I'm Leo Samuel. Welcome back, Gary.
Yeah, welcome
After last
back.
month's edition, you had a bit of a
I
time
had
away
a
in Las
little bit
Vegas.
of a break.
Viva Las Vegas.
Yes, nothing like some incentive to come back and pay a few bills, Leo. And that's what Las Vegas does to you every time. I'd like to tell you more about it, but you know what the saying is. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Although it was a family holiday, a clean show, but always a good place to escape a little bit to, Leo, even as a family holiday. Not that I'm promoting that there's not better, more wholesome places to go, but the peers, they don't mind a bit of Vegas. How you been? All right?
Been well, yeah.
All is well?
April
Busy?
April was busy. A few listings
Excellent.
coming up for May, June, which we'll talk about shortly.
Very
but
nice.
All good.
And how's the market out there in Carnegie and surrounds? Looking pretty strong and pumping.
Very strong still.
Pumping.
Compared to last, April, May, the listings are still really down.
Yep.
Plenty of buyers out and open for inspections.
Yep.
But yeah, the market's very, very, very strong, I must say.
Well, when we look back at April, it was, in Carnegie's still relatively short and fresh young life. It's the best April we've had. Security office 5 years old, best April they've had. And the total network on Caulfield, best April we've ever had in over 30 years. So it was a very strong April.
And also just
so
in
well
general,
Yep.
April's always a month where we've got a lot of disruption, being Easter and Anzac weekends.
Absolutely.
And other festivities.
But we have had some new change. We had a new young man on the team as well, which was exciting. So we're always into youth and cadetship and new people bringing through the ranks, and that's a great pleasure. In fact, my young nephew, who's quite a bit of a guru, a bit of a web guru and a bit of a brand expert, said, we've got a very young image, our business, and which we like because we're not all that young. I'm getting a bit grey. You still got plenty of hair and still the right colour.
Yeah, I'm not using it just for men like you as yet, Gary.
Exactly. Well, give me a few more years of working with you, we'll change that. But let's just talk about some of our results and some of our offerings, because it's been exciting. We've had some really beautiful offerings. I think one thing that has happened in our Carnegie office, we've been lucky enough to get some of the best listings, and I think our brand, some of those homeowners that have got really beautiful homes have been, to our great good fortune, giving us the opportunity of embracing our company and brand.
We've been very fortunate.
And when I look through some of them, there's some beauties, but one of the best townhouses that have ever been offered in the Carnegie and certainly Glahuntley area, and I think sold for more than any townhouse in Glahuntley, was the property in Foster Avenue, Glahuntley. You want to take us through?
Yeah,
tell
well,
us a bit about that?
Viv and I featured last month's edition, your absence, but 5A Foster, Glahuntley, an amazing offering as you saw in last month's edition. But proud to say, Gary, another record result for a townhouse. We set the record last year in Augusta Street for the most expensive household in Glahuntley.
We did.
And now we've done the same this time along the lines of a town residence. But
we continue to make and break records, but look, the prices are undisclosed, but I think we can be a little bit cheeky, and I don't think anyone will get upset if we say that it was north of $2 million, so there haven't been many townhouses sold for that in the area. We're selling all over the place. Sold a property in Clayton. Did that get off the ground?
Yeah, Canberra. Yeah. A couple of weeks into the marketing campaign, Graham Callan, Daniel Rees had a buyer, and we sold that one before auction for $1.401 in Clayton. And yeah, Clayton these days, $1.4 million suburb.
It's an amazing thing, isn't it? Clayton used to be a kind of poor relative to some of the surrounding
suburbs. That's where
suburbs.
you used to go hang with your friends that went to Monash Uni in Clayton, Gary. You just tagged along.
That's not true, because I never had friends smart enough to go to Monash Uni in Clayton. But I did used to hang. Yeah, it was one of those areas that I sort of hung out in my youth, like the surrounding areas. But it was not a very prestigious or valuable area. But that's changed.
Yeah, amazing.
Gee, hasn't that changed now?
The next suburb. We talked about growth pockets, Gary, and outside of Carnegie, last month's edition we covered heaps. A couple sales in Oakley South, which we talked about that would go off, and the next suburb down, Clayton, even Clarinda these days, Dingley as well, where Jeremy, your nephew, has a business.
Absolutely does, and that's what's going on. Those areas that are the adjunct suburbs to Carnegie, and we're talking about Hughesdale, Oakley South, Clayton.
Anything with land content, especially.
Anything with land content. They're all sort of coming under the umbrella now of the Carnegie and surrounds area. So if you're looking to sell in those areas, look no further. We're happy to service and help you. And if you're looking to buy there, well, we do get offerings there, some great ones, and that one didn't get very far. We did pick it off the market pretty early in the campaign.
And the next offering, Gary, we should talk about is the one you auctioned for Jared and Leon, 6 of 51 Murrumbina Road, Murrumbina.
Yeah, I had some fun there, and in fact that was a fun auction. Got some footage on the screen right now, but interestingly enough, we had some people come down from Bunbury, which we talked about in our sister show, GPTV last week, or Tuesday's edition. But we did have some people down in Bunbury. They walked in this apartment and they said, in Bunbury, we get 1 or 2 people coming to an open inspection, and we saw all these people. We thought, there's no way this is going to sell. and lo and behold, 5 bidders. Expected to get somewhere around that 5 or just over. It sold for $582,000. Very competitive auction. I thought it was a great apartment, and I mean they didn't disagree with that.
And once they finish the sky rail there, that pocket I believe will kick on nicely.
Absolutely,
even more so.
Indeed, absolutely, no question about that. Oakdean Crescent in Carnegie.
Oakdean Crescent,
that's an interesting one.
Yeah, so that one there was Unit 6 at 29 to 31 or 27 to 31 Oakdean Crescent in Carnegie. It was actually didn't really hit the market. It was what we call an off-market sale there. My brother managed to find another seller in the block because we sold Unit 4 in the subdivision last year, and yeah, we sold this one off market to a buyer who actually was the underbidder who missed out on that one last year. Bought them across and bought this one.
So there's a bit of a theme coming through here, and there are people that like to buy off market.
That's right.
They don't want to buy at auction, and there are people who like to sell that way as well. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't have to be auction. You can buy off market, and we have a little bit of an off-market specialist here in Leo and his team. So yes, auctions are great. We love them. We want them. But if you want to buy or sell, it does not have to be by auction. We can service you and get great results and offer great offerings that way as well. Down the road, we sold a property in Oakley Road. We're in Oakley Road now. We'll talk about this shortly. Hard to wait to even talk about, so excited about this property. But take us through 1 at 80 Oakley Road.
For sure. So 1 at 80 Oakley Road, Carnegie. Gary, I must say, this was pretty much one of my best auctions for the year, I must say, in relation to open numbers and turnout and even auction bidding on the day. 7 bidders competed for this 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom villa. We had a reserve of $900,000. 7 bidders later, under extreme competition, sold it for $1,105,000. So $205,000 over reserve, and subdivision of 3, about 20 years old as well.
That's another monster price. That's quite extraordinary. So well done again to the vendors then, and well done to the buyers who've managed to secure in a big fight a property that was well sought after. 1 at 32 Elizabeth Street, Bentley East. We had the pleasure of doing that auction only just last weekend. Interesting auction too, Leo, because as it turned out, the buyer had never seen it, just rocked up on the day, and hey, so did the underbidder. So it's really interesting when you're seeing those sort of things happen at auction, when you think that you've got a property that's as valuable, whether it's 500 or a million, or someone just rocks up on the day and says, okay, I'll do it.
Especially those townhouses where you can just roll in and affordability level, especially a lot of investors with money so cheap as well.
You
Good
can do
opportunity to park some money in a hot suburb like Bentley East for sure.
And it is a hot suburb, and 4 bidders there fought it out. So well done again to the vendors and buyer alike. 767 that sold for. Paget Street, Hughesdale. Well, that was the last auction that we had. It's undisclosed, but we're still at Hughesdale. That was on the last weekend.
That's right. I might just bring to attention to that one. So that price was undisclosed. Unit 2 at 15 Paget Street in Hughesdale. But with good news for you viewers, should you want to buy another villa unit, we've actually got another one coming on in that subdivision. So please feel free to contact us if you want to discuss further or keep an eye out. But I've got a feeling it might not even hit the internet or the open market.
The listing behind the listing. So register your details if you want to buy, because we can not necessarily have to go to auction with some of these properties.
And Paget Street, just to give a bit of a rundown where that is, that's that Perth Road pocket just before you hit Hughesdale Station. So another good sleeper pocket, which I think in time will kick on nicely, and even because of even look at Chatstone where your wife and my wife likes to blow the credit card.
Tell me about it. Blow it and explode it, you mean? Fair enough. Let's talk a little bit further about some of the things that are coming up. This Saturday we've got a fantastic offering. This is probably one of the finest town residences that I've seen. This is a beautiful villa, or townhouse.
Townhouse, yeah. Split level town residence.
You could call it a villa if you were in Tuscany or Spain. It has got a certain beautiful feel about it. But this is in Wild Cherry Road, 21B Wild Cherry Road, Ormond. Magnificent property, 3 or 4 bedrooms depending on how you want to set it up.
Multiple living zones.
Great living zones, 3 bathrooms, parking for 2 cars. It has got the most magnificent back garden area. It's a really pretty and private oasis there. And that one has had a bit of a reprice actually, Lou. It's interesting, our vendors are very keen to meet the market. We did go to the market with a certain price range of 155 to 17. We have completely repriced that from 14 to 154, and that one is going to be realised on Saturday and be someone's great opportunity. So I know that you won't have a lot of time. You'll see this Thursday or Friday, but just get over there Saturday if you want a fantastic and stunning town residence in Ormond. In Lake Street, Leo, take us through this one in Carnegie.
So Lake Street, we talk about land offerings and Carnegie being so hot as it is. Check this one out too. Single level homes to be sold as one on over 1,000 square metres, 1,056 to be exact. A great opportunity for a lucky investor to hold, or someone land banking or a potential development site as well, I'm sure.
Looks like it's a great development opportunity there. That one's coming up on Saturday at 11:30 a.m. So you can jump from Wild Cherry Road. You can go jump on the lake from Wild Cherry Road, as the old saying goes. Queen's Avenue in Caulfield East, a great location by the racecourse. we are looking forward to bringing this one to the market. You're going to be doing the auction for
Yeah,
Adam
Gary.
Joski. Take us through this one.
I remember when this subdivision was being built a few years ago, and a great subdivision it is. 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, split-level residence. Caulfield East, we've always been a bit of a specialist in Caulfield East. I reckon this one's a great one as well. Not too far away from the Caulfield Racecourse, as well as all the action in Carnegie as well.
We've got a bit coming up in Caulfield East too. A few good listings coming through shortly. We don't have to wait too long for this one in Carnegie though. 34 Hunter Street in Carnegie. Leo, this one comes up again on Saturday. Busy weekend locally, 1:30.
Right. So Graham Callan will be auctioning this one this Saturday. Fabulous home, just on land on under 600 square metres. Great offering, blank canvas for someone to do up in time, but obviously the money's in the land content. House and land, freestanding. I reckon you should go for this one if you're keen to get in the Carnegie market on for a house and land offering.
If you want a good house and land offerings, also one in Centre Road, Bentley, and what a great street that is. We've got this terrific opportunity, Leo, at 191 Centre Road, Bentley, going up on the 27th at 1:30 p.m. And Philip's doing the auction. Tell us about it.
So it's a corner block, Gary. We all love corner blocks. With the 2 street frontages there. 603 square metres of prime Bentley land. I reckon some developer may look at this one, but the house is actually quite functional as well, but definitely a good offering to hit the Bentley market in quite some time, especially being a corner block.
Wasn't it Con the Fruiterer that used to say, was one of his lines from the comedy company, it doesn't matter?
It doesn't.
Doesn't matter.
I just remember his daughter's line, Gary, the comedy. What was the comedy club? What was it called, the show?
Which one? It was called the
Channel 10. What was the show called?
Comedy Company, wasn't it?
Comedy Company, that's right.
Comedy Company. Well, what rhymes with doesn't matter? Ellie matter. How about this property? This does matter too. 42, sorry, a little bit of dyslexia there. 42 Ellie Matter Road in Carnegie. What a great looking property. This is, Leo. It goes up soon.
Yeah, beautiful period home, Gary. And the parallel street from Hunter Street, around the corner. We're quite busy in that pocket, Gary, aren't we?
Loving it.
3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2-car accommodation, and a beautiful period home that was extended not too long ago. Beautiful outdoor decks, and another home with a beautiful picture postcard, perfect facade.
It is.
And definitely will impress the family buyers in time.
Some exciting offerings. We close out some of our May offerings with that one, but there are others. We haven't put them all in. But we do kick off in June with a terrific property in North Road, Ormond. What a great looking property this is. Take us through this one. Elsa Schilling brings us to the market. Simon Radolnick's the auctioneer.
Yeah, so in a near new subdivision, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, 1 car, close to Ormond train station. Fantastic opportunity for a first home buyer or an investor. And how good is that Ormond train station, or that upgrade that they've done on the Frankston line corridor there, Gary? But another great pocket to invest in my opinion. Should go well, expecting interest between $450 to $495.
Fantastic. I'm getting a bit out of order on you here, and I know you like things in a very orderly way, but I'm going to just jump and come back. On the 3rd of June, we are at 6 at 36 Johnstone Street, Malvern, and of course, we're fortunate in our Carnegie office to service Malvern, East Malvern. We're doing some great business there. What a fantastic apartment this is. Take us through this one. Leo, you've been involved with it.
I have, yeah. I love this listing. I've made my career originally and alongside with you, Gary, selling in St Kilda and Elwood, so we always sold the 1960s, 70s apartments.
And don't we love them? Still love them.
We do love them, and this one here, it's a special one because subdivision 9, it's top floor in the middle, it's got actually great views as well and northern aspect, but solid brick, massive in relation to floor plan. 5 to 550, a perfect investment, or first home as it has been for my current owners who are now moving on. But yeah, check this one out in the heart of Malvern. Absolutely.
It brings us to a head with Malvern and the offerings, but where would we be without the home that we're in right now? And you said to me when you got this listing, you wait till you see this, Gary. This is a beauty. And one thing that Leo doesn't do is he doesn't embellish or exaggerate. If he says it's good, you know it's going to be good. And this is good. 163 Oakley Road, Carnegie. What a stunning offering this is. I'm sitting in this magnificent kitchen which all flows through these beautiful big windows to the back into the north. Take us through this property.
So you'll see now through, probably we can pan through our video tour that Aviv and I did recently, but what an offering this is. I reckon, and Aviv even mentioned in the video, it's one of the best offerings to come on the market in quite some time in Carnegie, but a fantastic home here, 3 to 4 potential, or 4th bedroom or additional study area. Home here, architecturally designed here with a beautiful, as Gary just mentioned, open plan extension here that orientates north, al fresco living, but I just love it. It's got a mix between sort of a Japanese yenish type feel here. Being a one of a pair, you wouldn't even really notice that.
Japanese yenish or zenish?
Zen.
I think it said yen.
Yen? Well, yen's the currency, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you don't have to pay in yen, but I think you're getting your yens and your zens included. But I suppose they're connected in a way, because the better the zen, the more the yen.
Yeah, so the more zen, but we'll take Australian dollars on this one.
Fair enough.
So the home here being, as I said, architecturally designed. It's a great home. It's been extended. You don't have to spend a cent. You can move right on in, close to Packer Park and the Carnegie shops off Koonang Road. a fabulous offering there. Come check this one out as well.
And some good parking too. It looks like this is a really extraordinary home, and we're very excited to be representing the vendors on this one. Thank you for the opportunity and for engaging us to represent you on such a beautiful home. And congratulations to the vendor they've really done something stunning.
They
here.
have, and
really
look, obviously
unique.
for buyers to come here. But if you want to get clients out there, if you want to get ideas about how to extend one of a pair's extended period homes, take a look at this one to get some ideas.
And if you're embarrassed to say that's why you're looking, just say you're looking at buying, and then we won't. Then you won't have to embarrass yourselves. But this is a really exciting offering, and I guess this is kind of, this is kind of evidence of what's going on in this area, isn't it? This is a really good indication because you drive through the streets of Carnegie and around, and you still see some of the original homes, but you don't know what's going on in the back.
That's right.
People are buying. There's a new generation moving in. The older generation is moving out. We're in a transition time. Cafes are popping up. It's an exciting and vibrant suburb. It's a family area, and people really aren't scared to inject serious money. I mean, we're selling some blocks of land for between $1.5 and $2 million now. It's no big deal anymore. There are a lot of houses between $2 and $3 million that haven't yet been released to the market. That will be coming through. You'll see them in spring. Remember this. We can rewind it. I'll show you this. It is really a very, very exciting place to live and a beautiful place to invest and to put some money in. And capital gains are happening, and they're going to continue to happen right in the heart of Carnegie. So that's a big wrap of our offerings and some of our sales. Leo, we're coming into winter time. What do you think the market's going to be doing over that period of time?
Well, we know based on history, Gary, winter is always a time when there's lesser offerings on the market.
There is.
And it's always, in my opinion, it's a great time to sell before the spring rush. But look, the way things are going out there, property's still a safe investment with interest rates at record lows as well, and people still needing to be buying it, have roofs over their head, and Carnegie is an area, and Murrumbina and surrounds.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Absolutely.
I just want to share with the viewers, I sold my own home a few years ago. I sold on the 1st of August. It was a wet, rainy day, but I thought it was a great time. I didn't have to sell them, but I like selling at that time of year because there's less competition,
Definitely.
as you rightly say. There's still a lot of demand. And for people who want to buy first and then sell, it's quite calming for them to buy in October, in August or September or even July, some of those months, because then they can sell their own homes in September or October and still settle before the end of the year.
Exactly right. And having known that they're sold and eventually get ready for the spring market to potentially upsize or downsize.
So if you're thinking of selling, call this man over here if it's in the Carnegie and surrounds, or myself. I'll be happy to take your call and speak to you as well. It's always a pleasure. This is what we do 24/7. This is what we love, and we're loving the Carnegie and surrounds area because it is such a fantastic place to invest in, and it just keeps getting better and better all the time. We'll look forward to bringing you a report next month in June when we've got all of May's results to review and some other offerings to bring forward to you. Thank you for tuning in to the Carnegie Report. My name's Gary Peer.
And I'm Leo Samuel. Have a great day.
See you next time.